that shit. Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna, I don't know, I felt necessary to make these on. I'm planning to like not post as much videos because I was posting so many before and whatnot. So making these like, you know, less frequent, and it's I'm sure you're quick enough to catch on to why that would be more effective to an extent. Um, okay, so now I'm on this topic of protesting because I've been basically one of my strategies, like, because people want peace and whatnot. So my personal strategy is recently, to learn languages and whatnot, and to understand, like, know everybody's language. You come and speak in their lingo. You feel me? That's gonna have a dramatic effect and whatnot on the people in public perception. So, the first two languages I'm starting out, I've been doing going hard with Spanish and now Chinese. But anyway, to get with the topic, I should have started this way sooner, which is why protesting is personally pointless to me. You know what I'm saying? Um, I want to start out by saying that it's a grand step in like people's development because most people aren't doing anything. So in that regard, I like protesting. Like when I see people protesting, it's not like I'm like, oh, they're street like look at these fools or something like that. I'm like, okay, they're growing up. You feel me? But it's a grand step in the development of people from not doing anything to doing something. But now let's get into why protesting is like pointless because it's essentially if you're protesting, then you're like a kind of like a little baby, like like fix this problem, like be what, blah blah blah. You still have faith in the system, which is inherently corrupt. You know what I'm saying? It's like people are trying to put little band-aids, and it's like it's a gaping wound. So it's like, okay, let's say hypothetically speaking, they killed this guy who killed Michael Brown, and then there's another shooter apparently I heard about or whatever, like out then near Ferguson. Let's hypothetically, like, okay, does that make you feel better? I mean, if he's put away, all right, and if killing, like, if he's put away in prison for life, is that really justice? And then there's gonna be and then this is an ongoing problem. What? And then so that's done. Then you stop protesting, and then you wait for the next guy to get killed, and it's like then you start protesting, and justice. What is this term justice? Okay, I'm not. I mean, I could. I try to want to get to the keep this short because I could go on about like the topics of justice and for me just like these vague concepts that people don't even really fully understand. For me, they just kind of just say them and then they get real riled up about it. But now, like onto this topic, one thing, let's stay on the topic of protesting. Since that's going to be the topic of this video. So my whole thing is like, okay, once again, people have this idea of protesting as in like just I don't know. Well, people have different ideas, but like getting together. Like I'm all for getting together, but like y'all are standing out there with signs, y'all are causing disturbances and whatnot. Imagine, let's. I'll give you my take personally. My strategy. I have no faith in the system. I believe the system sucks, and we need a new system. You know what I'm saying? Like I do not believe in politics. Like they're all like people out here voting. People are voting for people, and they're both funded by the same multinational corporations. You know what I'm saying? But like, okay, you're voting for one side. It doesn't really matter who wins. And so we anyways, so now let's say you get people together and you are providing free food programs. You know what I'm saying? You're actually doing something out there positive for the community. You know, like imagine like because right now people around the world are kind of watching there's some people who are like, yeah. There's some people who are like, look at these, people causing disturbances, and now you're not going to win over a large fan base, so support base, whatever you want to call it, by causing disturbances and whatnot. And now, once again, not everybody's causing disturbances, but there are some, and now that's where leadership needs to kick in and really give these people an alternative, because there's going to be, and when there's the world is reaching a revolutionary stage. We're coming to that climax. I'm saying like people have a lot of energy. Some people aren't going to be with the whole just be peaceful and so they have a lot more energy. So you have to give them an outlet to release that energy. And personally, for me, I believe we need to build a new system. I should have organized a video. Some kind of going off the top of my bad for the disorganization. But it's like my thing is like network right. And even if you don't believe in network marketing, just the whole simple idea of starting your own businesses. You know what I'm saying? You may like even though the businesses that we already have dope, and like say, it's like the whole idea of starting your own business, you know, and now you accumulate funds, and now you build a new system, like floating cities, like in the event, let's say, I mean, we'll be able to influence government because governments are made up of people, so whatever the people want, government has no choice, or else you just oust them out, put them into exile, or you can do whatever you want with them. I'm sure y'all imaginations are very creative enough to think of some other alternatives, but we won't go into all of that. So now, government. Once again, let's keep this in perspective. Governments are run by the people. You may want to believe that they're run by small minorities, but that's not the case. Uh, I'm not going to go into all of that because that you know maybe anyways, that is just fact of life. Um, so now floating cities in the case that governments don't want the land to be used for global research economy. It's freaking should have always that. Anyways, so yeah, what I'm saying, building our own establishments, because once again, this is like my take on it, like protesting is not like like literally, oh fix this, you still have faith in the system, and that's once again, and in fact, I'm probably gonna there's some other stuff, but once again, I'm proud to see people growing up, you know what I'm saying, from just sitting around, just being idle, not caring about anybody but themselves and their small immediate circle, you know what I'm saying. But it's like there's so much more that people. Oh yeah, this one was people view revolution and just social change in terms of the civil rights, like the civil rights era, and it's like that was hella years ago. That was hella years ago. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're like in the '60s, like, the police and whatnot were raiding the Black Panthers, free food programs, and sabotaging them and whatnot. And like there's a number of reasons why I can go into why that was happening and whatnot. But we're living a whole different era. Like if you're coming right now on a completely non-violent, peaceful tip, and you're doing something good for the community, the police, and if they do mess with you, then they're gonna be screwed because the world is watching. Especially if y'all do that in Ferguson right now, and y'all just would be on a completely peaceful tip, and now oh yeah, this one was it. And all those police out there have nothing to do because y'all are just being completely peaceful. Y'all are just completely obeying the rules and whatnot. But y'all are uplifting your community. You know what I'm saying? That's how you outmaneuver people. You see, when people put all like this is so simple. All right, sorry, I shouldn't be doing that because I'm just trying to have more time to think about this stuff, so my mind is just on hold. But it's like that's the art of wartime. People move all their troops into one area. You know what I'm saying? And they're expecting a fight here, and then you come on the whole other side, and your forces are there, and then at the same time, you wanna like what I'm saying, spread yourself thin, but at the same time have a I'm getting a little too strategic. But you follow what I'm saying? Like just basic concept. Like, the police, look at them, they're freaking armed up. Like, oh yeah, this is what I want to do. It's some funny stuff I was thinking when I was before making it, and then I just randomly shot it. But anyway, it's like, okay, oh yeah, boom. So, police, we strongest military in the world. I'm pretty sure it's still us, and pretty sure. So for all you people that want to fight and you're really angry and you want to fight because you think fighting in war is gonna lead to peace, which on one extent it actually will. It actually has actually will. It won't will. Anyway, but for all you people that want to do that, feel free, go ahead, die, become martyrs, you know. But for all you people that want to actually live for a long time and become immortal, um, and like, be remembered as the true saviors of mankind, future man in society, then come join language, learn languages. We're gonna be doing events. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be doing all sorts. I mean, I've already done this to an extent. We already do this with the first I mean, I'm not gonna eat meat and whatnot, but anyway, I have my reasons for why I do everything I do with trust me. Anyway, but doing the free food program, I'm only one person, for right now, and that's why I'm not even doing all the stuff that I plan on to do. I'm just saying what's going to be going down, but it's like doing positive stuff for the community, not causing any type of disturbances, and just swag it out. I mean, just like swag it out. That's a little term I coined, even in my unconscious era. But I kind of went on topic with this video a little bit. But once again, just to end it off, it's like, once again, protesting, it's dope. I'm happy to see people protesting. Like, because it's like, yes, like, people are waking up. You know what I'm saying? Slowly but surely. But it's like, there's it's stages. You know what I'm saying? Because I know I'm probably gonna get a lot of heat for posting on why protesting is pointless video. But it's like this is stages zero, like not doing anything. Then there's protesting, and then there's this other stage, which is just being a god, and it's just being hella peaceful, hella calm, smooth, and collected, hella blah, um, and doing hella dope stuff for the community and your people. Then there's this whole other stage up here, which we won't even go to. That's like organizing all this planet. Y'all aren't ready for that level of yet, but because y'all are still kind of on, on this earth and shit. Um, that's really what I'm trying. But one thing I mean, just once again, learning languages. I think that's it's funny. It's amazing. I mean, I had this idea. Kind of amazing. Recently took this on. But definitely have to learn a number of languages because there's a lot of racism and not against especially won't go into all that. But come around and that's one way to definitely win people over speaking in their own native tongue that they love the most. Languages, music, put this message in all sorts of forms. Um, and once again, we just have to build our own system. We can't have like this system is the government. Like y'all really have to get that. Once you really get that, then you're gonna be on a your mind state is gonna be on a on the frequency that it should, which is like building a new system. Like they might give you little, like even if you're broken, they might give you little little like, yeah, let's storm some bones. But it's like, nah, they're gonna give you what you really want. They're gonna mask it. So that's when you realize, they're giving us bullshit. We need to just remove the picture. You have to get how protesters is not going to lose to them beating you. I mean, 20%. At the same time, like, oh yeah, this is what something I said before. It's like, oh yeah, this, like, explain this is what it is, what it is, but it's like, protesting is like little babies. Yeah, no, no, can you fix this problem for us? We don't know what to do. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's like adults are just gonna handle the problem. They're not gonna ask for permission. Well, maybe not adults. Maybe God could do that. They just I'm going off. Maybe I'll make a little part two to this with stuff I forgot to say. So that's my point. I mean, once again, like, all the information, most of the information is in the book, Master Key to Happiness, Future Man Inside the Revolution, Manifesto 1 and 2, and King last week. We have a number of solutions, strategies, and whatnot for what needs to be done at a grassroots stage. More stuff on the website, fmsforguys.com, easymoneyfms.com. That was the first site we started with. But it's like, it's like it's pretty obvious to see what's happening. The world, people around the world are protesting. You know what I'm saying? We got problems in Ukraine. You know what I'm saying? We got South America with Russia. People aren't feeling that whole thing. You know what I'm saying? We got the thing in Ferguson. We got, of course, the ongoing Middle East crisis. Like, and people are protesting all over. So it's like I'm not gonna go into the whole. This stuff is investment. Like the world is becoming globalized with the internet. People can communicate freely. People can observe what's going on freely. This whole ego world is only caring about, like, which was very beneficial in tribal times to only care about your set. But now everything's becoming globalized. So people are gonna actually start talking so much. But hopefully I got that. I thought that was really beneficial, even though I didn't say it eloquently as I probably could have. But just building a new system. Focus on all positive. You know, and that's how you win. I read about this stuff. I mean, it's cool because y'all wake up. Like, it's kind of amazing that it's been 2 years after. But y'all will wake up at some point. Y'all don't wake me up. Let me stop down so. But y'all need to hurry up. Love y'all, dude.